Hello again everyone. Here we will discuss about the different topologies of a network. So topology here is a different way of how you set up or how you interconnect all the different hardware components such as your computer, your printer, your server, your hub, switch, modem, all those different devices, the wire here, how you set it up. That means how you interconnect them with each other or how you arrange them with each other in order to form a network. So when we talk about a topology here, we are talking normally about the topology or the setup of a local area network. Because that will be easier normally. Otherwise, in the metropolitan and wide area network, you'll not be able to have an exact topology. And since you'll be dealing with a very large network. So topology of a network can be, the setup can be done using any of this form, using either a linear or a bus topology, using a star topology, a ring topology, a tree topology, or a mesh topology. Now in linear or bus topology, what we have is here, we have this, consider this to be a wire. This is the main cable. Right? And on both ends of this cable, we have a terminator. That means this is where we say, for example, we stop this. Fine. This is the end point of this wire. And this is called as a terminator. Now, to both end of this wire, what we have is we will be connecting all these different devices. That means, say, for example, your personal computer within a local area network. You can even have a printer, okay, which will be shared by each and every one of this device. Other than that, you can even have a server here. Server, you can consider this server as sort of a CPU, right? But a very powerful CPU, which are dedicated here to provide services to all the devices that are connected in a network. For example, if you have a software that has to be shared by everyone in the network, so you can just install the software here and you don't have to install it separately in all these three computers. Every time they need to use a software, they can always get it from the server. That is the meaning of a server. That is what a server is used of here. Now fine, this is how it is connected. And in this case, if you look at all this, you will actually use a linear or a bus topology when you have only very few computers. Fine, it is actually applicable for a very small network. I mean, for when you want to connect only very less number of computer. And the wire or the cable that you'll need this here for connecting this will not be so much. You'll need only very less cable, fine, or very less wire to interconnect all these devices with each other. Now fine, regarding the flow of data here, see this main cable that you have here, this acts as the main means for communication. This is the main mode where all the devices can interact with each other. Fine. And your devices here, only one of the device can send a message or can interact at one time. Fine. Otherwise, there will be collision. The message that will be sent here will collide with each other. So only one device here can send a message. When a device, say this computer, want to send a message to any of the devices in the network, so this device here will send the message to the main cable. Now from the main cable, what the main cable will do, it will broadcast the message to all the devices in the network. I mean, tell the network that there is a message available here. So please check if the message belongs to you or not. When we say broadcast, I mean everyone connected within the network, they will receive the message. So in that case, once the message is sent here in the main cable, once it's available here, so whoever the message is intended for, say this computer, okay, what this computer will do, it will go to the main cable and then accept the message from there. This is how your data will be transmitted here. Now, one of the problem here is that if this computer stop working, this machine want to send a message to this machine. But now this machine stop working. So what happens is this machine will send a message here in the main cable. Now everyone will get to know that there is a message here in the main cable. So they'll go and check if the message belongs to them. Now if the message does not belong to any one of them, and now since this computer is no longer available, so the message will be lying around here in the main cable. Right, so that will prevent or that will stop every other device to send the message in the main cable. Right, so that is one of the disadvantages of using this linear or bus topology. Other than that, what happened in linear or bus topology is this main cable here acts as the backbone for the entire communication, like what I've already mentioned. So now if I remove this, say imagine that this is removed from the picture, there is no main cable. So what will happen? How will this device connect with each other. Okay, so that means if there is no main cable here, the entire network here will fail. There will be no means or no modes for this device to communicate with each other. For all these devices, I mean to communicate with each other. So that is also another disadvantage of using this network. Okay, so you can just pause the video and go through this point. This is the same thing that I have already mentioned, and as well as regarding the advantage and the disadvantage. Okay, you can easily expand the terminal here. I mean, from the terminal you can always extend the wire and connect more devices to this computer. Fine. Difficult to detect error. I mean, it's difficult to detect if any of the machines stop working. And you will just realize, okay, that the machine is lying there in the main cable, but no one will be able to find out exactly where the message is supposed to go. Next topology here is the ring topology. In ring topology, what we have is, say we have a device. Fine, now to this device there will always be two other devices that are directly connected to it, and two other devices that are directly connected to it. So to this there will be two devices. Fine. Likewise, to this two devices there will be another devices that will be connected to it. So to every devices there will always be two other devices that is connected to it. Right. So this is what you have in case of a ring topology. So all these devices will be connected in circular fashion. Now in every device, what we have is we have what we call as an antenna attached. Now the job of this antenna is that it will function both as a transceiver and as a receiver and as a transmitter. Receiver means the message that is sent from here, it will be able to receive that, and now if the message has to be sent somewhere else, the message will be able to transmit from there. So it will receive the message as well as it will transmit the message here. Fine. So now regarding the flow of data, now your ring topology here will transmit the data in only one direction. Fine. So if it's clockwise, okay, everyone have to go clockwise. If it's anti-clockwise, then everyone have to send a message in anti-clockwise direction. So now here what happened is, the main problem with that is, now if I want to say send a message from this machine to this machine, now the message will be transmitted through this computer. This computer then will forward a message to the next computer. Fine, that is fine. Now if say I want to send a message from here to this computer, and say this computer is no longer available or it stopped working because of some reason, it fails and it stopped working. So I am trying to send a message from here, but this will not go because this computer is not working anymore. So that means there is no way for me for sending the message from this computer to this computer here. See, between these three there will be communication. From here to here to here, I'll be able to communicate. But now if the message has to be transmitted through this one, I mean in the particular case, this will not accept anymore. I mean that particular transmission will not be possible anymore. And so this is the main problem with your ring topology. And now once this has been set up, it is actually very difficult to add up new devices from here. Once you add up new devices, you will disrupt here the entire setup. Okay, so this is the same thing what I've already mentioned. You just go through this, pause the video, go through this. Advantage as well. Okay, what I've mentioned here is that, okay, you can regenerate it because you have the antenna. You can always retransmit the message. Okay, it also acts as a repeater, and you can easily find out if there's a problem in any of the network, loss of network in some part of the network. Okay, if the node fails. Now what we have next is a star topology. In star topology, what you have is you have this central communicator which is called a hub. Now connected to this hub, find every devices in the network will be connected directly to this hub. So if now I want to communicate between this machine and this machine, the message will be transmitted to the hub, and the hub in turn will forward the message to the other machine. Fine. So it can be this, it can be another printer. Fine. This is also a local area network. So whenever a message is sent, say from this machine to the hub likewise will broadcast. When I say broadcast, I mean the message will be transmitted to all the other devices that is connected to it. So fine, that is how the message will be transmitted in case of a star topology. Hub is a central body. Right? So the message will come here, and then from here we'll transmit the message to all the other devices. Now the problem here, remains the same like what we have in the bus or the linear topology. Now since this is the main means of communication, right? Now if I remove this from the picture, what happens is there will be no means for every device to interact with each other. And so that means the entire network will shut down. Likewise, what happened when if say this computer stop working, then I can easily remove this, and in its place I can add up a new devices. So that means even if I want to add any more devices here, adding new devices will not disturb the already existing network. This is what your star topology is, how your star topology is set up. Go through this, pause the video, and okay, just go through this thing. Next one here is the tree topology. Your tree topology here combines the features of your star topology as well as that of the linear or the bus topology. So see here what you have in your star topology here. You have a hub which is a central body. Fine. Now connected to this hub you have all the other devices. Right. So this is one local area network C, or this is one network. One star topology in this case we'll consider it. Then what I've done is I've added another star topology. This is the hub. Connected to this hub you have all these devices. Now what you do is you add a cable here, main cable, and now to this main cable you interconnect these two devices. So what happened here is you have this one here which is a star topology. Fine. And this is also another star topology. But if you combine all of this, what you have is you have a combination of a linear topology which is connected to a star topology. Now using this topology, what happens is you can even increase the size of your machine in a network. You can always have many more machine here. You can always set up many more, say star topology here. You can add up many more star topology here. And you can keep on extending your network here in a tree topology. Let's go through the points. And then last one here is the mesh topology. Mesh topology here is, if you look at all this, mesh topology have a direct connection between each and every devices that is connected in a network. So say if I have 100 devices in a network, so this 100 device will be able to directly interconnect with each other. So that means even if there's a problem, if any of the machines stop working, there will always be another possible route through which my machine can communicate with any other machine. Now see here, the problem with this is that we require a large amount of cable. So see, if I consider this machine here, from this machine I need to connect it to all the other machine that is available here, to all the other 5 machines. Likewise, this machine here will be interconnected with the help of a wire. It will be interconnected with all the other machine. So there will be a large amount of cable that will be required for that. But the main advantage of this is that there will be several possible paths from source to destination. Now if I want to send a message from here to here, say if this route is not available anymore because of some reason, maybe traffic and all that, so you can always send a message from here to the other machine, and from the other machine then maybe you can send it to the machine. There is always another possible route for transmitting the message. Fine. But in real network, people don't prefer using the mesh topology because it becomes too crowded here. Connecting wire from one machine to another machine. Say if you have 300 machine in a network, in that case it will not be possible for you to just interconnect each and every device with each other. And maybe if you use a wireless connection, that's a different thing, but using wired connection, it can become very complicated and very complex, interconnecting all this wire with each other. Right, so you can just go through the points, pause the video, right, to understand better about this different type of topology. So with this, we will conclude here for today.